once it stops buffering.
All right. I'll be here.
Well, hello. I want to say thank you for everyone that's joining this live stream. I want to say thank you, Big Will, for coming to the stream. We don't know if it's going to buff temperature, so you know how technology is. It comes and goes, and we got no control over life. But Will, I'm going to let you take the ship because you're the captain, so the show's all yours. So have at it, boss.
Okay. Well, if you don't know who I am, go by BigWillDogg82 in the soil, or just Willie if you know me. And I pretty much try to do. Hold on. Audio difficulty. Sorry. Um, but yeah, my channel started sort of kind of geared to.
No, it's all good.
Okay. Well, the channel sort of kind of started geared towards people who have disabilities or physical ailments and stuff like that still wanted a garden. Because if you didn't know, I have my own issues. So I figured, that's a community that there's not a whole lot of channels that really get into trying to provide information to those individuals. So that's how it just started. It started as a thought of how can I help other people that might be in similar situations as me. And thanks to a lot of the community that I've met or knew before I even started the channel, I've got a lot of help along the way. And it's been really, really cool to see that develop into something that makes me feel like I'm helping others, even though I'm no longer in the military. That was my feeling was, I'm doing my part to help others or doing my part to support the common goal. So this is just a different way of me being able to try to help serve others, I guess you could say. So, but like I said, other than that, I'm just a simple guy who's got a worm bin, who is dealing with, winter weather just like everybody else. We're about to get hit too. So, AJ, you ain't got to feel too picked on because we're about to get it too. But other than that, just showing people what I can accomplish and maybe different ways I do things, especially the harder stuff. Sometimes you just got to break things down a little bit, you know what I mean? And take it step by step instead of trying to look at the whole piece and saying, how am I supposed to get from point A to point B when I am physically not able to? So
yeah,
that's pretty much the spiel of just about everything that I do on the channel. So, but like I said, I think you beat me on the worm bin info though.
Yeah. So I'm.
Oh. Still there, bro? Oh, hey there, Jay Dixon, the J-Bot. Oh.
What did you say about the worm bin? I'm sorry. Oh. Well, what did you say?
I said that you beat me probably as far as information about worm bins. Like
okay.
I've only got a couple of them, and I've really only been doing it for maybe almost 3 years now. And
okay.
So, Jay, don't come at me with your winter. Jay's in Canada, so yeah. But yeah, I've only been doing it probably about almost 3 years. I've only got the 2 bins. I'm about to go to 3 bins now, just because my worms aren't really.
They get massive snow, Canada.
Yeah, I'll give her that. But usually, my worms stop making cocoons, so that tells me that they're at mass capacity right now. which means I got to start doing another split. So I was planning on doing a video here, having like a easy worm bin. I just use empty cat litter buckets for the easy ones, and then I have another one that's got 2 levels on it that is my main bin. So you kind of get stuck going from 1 bin to 2 bins to 3 bins. So I can see how you can end up having as many as you used to have.
Yep, I just downsized. I got rid of 2 bins.
Yeah. Well, you were going down it. You've only got 2 now. I mean, what's the size of yours though? Mine's is maybe 4 gallons if completely filled, and then the other one's like probably about 3.5 gallons. So, but right on.
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, I was just asking you what size are your bins, because I know my 2 bins right now are only maybe.
So I'm sorry. What did you say again about? Yes, how many bins I had or something?
I said I have 2
how many
bins
bins I because the buffering got us.
Gotcha. I've got 2 bins right now, but they're kind of small. They're 4 gallons maybe at max, and then the other one's a kitty litter bucket, which is maybe 3.5 max before it needs to be cleared out and harvested. But you've got bigger ones. Yours is what, 10, 12 gallons? Uh-oh, let's get this again.
Yeah, you can have like 30-gallon totes, stuff like that size.
See. Okay, see, so you only have 2.
I had a bigger one, but I downsized it.
Okay.
Which had a mixture of.
So do you do the?
No, I have 5 total.
Oh, okay.
I think I have 5 bins. Wow.
So do you just do?
Oh, if you can have 5, 7.
Okay. Do you do any of the stack? Because my main bin is 2 containers right inside of each other, where the top is where the main worms are, and then the bottom I sort of kind of use that as an inoculation level. You catch all that? Did you catch all that? Or did it buffer again?
I didn't hear
what you said. My main.
Everything works smooth, and then.
Yeah, you're breaking up again.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
You're fine. I said it's fine. My main bin is basically 2 levels, one stacked inside of each other. So the main top of the bin is where I feed, and then the bottom is where I put leaves and paper, old potting soil into as an inoculation bin. So I have browns that I can put back into that bin, and then the cat litter one when I'm ready to reset. So it kind of does double duty in the same space. It's like I don't really have a whole lot of I don't have any experiences with those other types that that's got like 5 or 6 levels, or I don't even have a urban worm bag or nothing like that.
Yeah,
I'm more of a DIY. my whole channel for the most part. It's DIY. So
yeah. No,
here's my question for you,
I
though,
hear you.
AJ.
Yeah, I have a lot of I reach out to a lot of YouTube like worm farmers, and I know a few guys that have those 3 to 5 tier systems that they're not easier for me, you know. But you know, everyone has their different methods. The main thing is for us to make garden soil with the worms devouring our garbage.
That's pretty much what we do.
Making
what I do.
Nice black gold.
Yeah. I also feed them some of my hot compost, or my finished hot compost, especially when it gets cold, because all the bugs and stuff disappear from the top.
Cold weather.
So, did I jump on top of you, that one? So I had a question for you. Gotcha. Thank you, Jay. Jay, if you don't know who Jay is, AJ.
Yeah, thanks for the heads up.
So Ecology Today, her name is Jay Dixon. Most people would say moderator, but not really a moderator. She calls herself a facilitator. So she does, behind the scenes work for like the Urban Gardener and Gardner Scott, and Shiny Grows, and a few channels or whatever. So that's usually her gig. So she's always on top of stuff like, giving info along with the live. This is the first time that I'm on this end and she's on that end, and we're not connected. But she's good peeps. She really is. So AJ, I wanted to ask you, how did you start your first worm bin? So the very first bin that you ever started, how did you start it? Did you catch me, AJ?
You're asking me?
Yeah, I was asking
you. You're asking me how I started my first bin?
Yeah.
Well, what I did, I had a large. Yeah, I started out with a Rubbermaid tote, and I got my worms with the bedding and everything, and things were going well. And then my wife didn't want them in the house, so I had them outside. In the winter, they froze to death in the garage because my started to grow, and when they started to multiply, I had a Rubbermaid toad too. And then I just started getting different species of worms and seeing the different results. But the only worm I have never experienced is the African nightcrawler. And for me, it's not it's a tropical worm, and it definitely will not survive in Iowa unless the basement is like 75, 80 degrees all day. That ain't gonna happen. So, but that's how I got started in the worms. Like I said, I lost my first batch, and never again have I went through the chance of losing them with the extreme cold or the heat.
Okay. See, my bins, my first bin, the one that I said that has 2 levels, it was out in the garage, but then over winter, it slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
So then when spring came, I didn't really have enough castings like I wanted for seeds. So I asked the wife if I could bring it inside, and she said as long as there's no worms that go escaping in the house, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So far so good. I haven't had a single exodus of worms yet, and I've got the 2 bins. One bin stays covered all the time. It has a lid on it. The other one I leave open, which is the kitty litter container. And I have forgotten to turn on the lights in the room during the day because the window doesn't really get a lot of sunlight. So there's been a couple times that if I didn't have the lid on that container, the lights were off. The worms thought it's time to get out of here because it's dark everywhere. And that saved my bacon. But so far, there's been no escapes. So
Yeah, I hear you. That's definitely good.
but
But I noticed when I got my first batch of their red wigglers, I got them from Uncle Jim's worm farm. And I'm to find out it was a mixed worms, and they're the worms that don't like the cold weather compared to putting more air holes in the lid and things like that. I got the bin to maintain, and the worms started staying in the bin. Experience.
yeah. Well, I found a little trick. So you know how if you put a lid on there, there's no holes, it will start to condensate inside the container. And then of course, when it condensates, the worms follow it. If you put a piece of plastic down on top of that soil before you put the lid on, it stays dry above the soil. That's how I keep mine in. Like I said, the only time that they won't try to escape is when it's dark and there's no lights on all day long. Then they try to get out. But other than that, they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay, of course. See,
So where do you live? What state are you in? Indianapolis or something?
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yeah. So far enough north to have a true winter, but it's not that bad normally. But of course, Jay has a question for me because usually I'm the one.
So where do you live? I'm sorry, Will.
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So it's okay. It's not as far north as you. You're way up north.
I got you. Yeah, we're almost close to Canada.
Southern Canada, I call it. Wisconsin, Iowa, North Dakota, Southern Canada. I'm just playing.
Mm-hmm.
Jay did have a question.
She had a
question. I figured I'd answer for her. She asked whether or not I had any disabled people contact me since I've had the channel. Yes and no. So yes, people make comments on the videos in the comment sections and will say, hey, I deal with this too, or they'll ask, how do you do this? But like, even though my email is on there, I believe it's on my channel, I haven't had people like send me an email asking. It's usually just comments inside on the channel. So that's usually how I take questions or take contact. But I have an email. That's fine. People can email me. It works. Still got me? North Pole almost. North Pole almost. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that, Jay. I'm not even a cold weather person. I don't like the cold at all. I hate it. I'd rather be warm. How about you, AJ?
I hear you, man. I'm the same way. Same way. Within the next 2 years. Yeah, I'll be out here and look for a warmer state. And I won't,
At least a little
miss
bit.
snow and cold.
Yeah, I don't mind it from now and then, you know, but not when it sticks and stays.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't want
Look,
any snow. I watched on YouTube.
yeah, well, listen, I like the cold for the garlic, you know? The garlic
The
needs
cold
the
is
cold
just
first.
so brutal, man. But
Yeah.
I guess go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the garlic needs the cold, so I want just enough cold for the garlic, and that's it. I don't need no more.
So do you use garlic when you like cook food? Is that what you eat a lot, or or do you give it away, or how do you use it?
Well, I do most of the cooking here. My wife can cook. But I cook with most of what I grow. But luckily I can give some away, which I have to because I can't cook with it all. But yeah, I use everything.
Okay.
Herbs, onions, garlic, vegetable. Yeah, I do it all. Did you catch? I used to like the cold, but decided not to hate it. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
It's
Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, like it says I can hear you, but sometimes you know how it is when we get the delay, and I don't
Yeah.
really catch everything you say. But maybe the chat can hear you better than me. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
hopefully, like if I play it back, I can hear it better. So I don't know.
I can repeat it. I can talk slower too, if that helps.
I apologize. No, it's not you. It's just the stupid lag.
Yeah. Like technology, huh? So what is my favorite things to grow? Huh.
But Jay
Green,
Nightbot thinks
yeah. Green beans because everybody in my house eats green beans, so that's a plus. Let's see what else. Tomatoes because I can grow those real well, and I'm working on garlic. So if I can nail that down, that will be added to the category of all my favorite things to grow. So what about you? What's your favorite thing, AJ?
I like cherry tomatoes. I just like to take
Okay.
those bad boys off the vine and put them in my mouth. And cucumbers are good. And green beans, when they're fresh, those are the best green beans too, compared to
I flash
canned.
freeze. I flash freeze.
What's that?
I said I flash freeze them. So some I will eat cook then, and others I'll just flash freeze and then vacuum package them in food saver bags.
Canning, what they say that's a huge process. So I never tried the canning method either.
Well, yeah, I can can them or freezer pack them, like I said, in a food saver. So you freeze them first, then put them in a bag, and then vacuum seal that bag and throw it in the freezer. So then I can make a crock pot full. I just open up the bag, they all go in, and cook that all day. So how many varieties?
Like I said, I was told like with the canning, it take a long, almost a day to produce that.
Okay. It can be. So how many varieties of garlic do I have? I have some store soft neck. I have one that's called purple stripe. I have one called Leningrad. And there's one more. So I think I got 4 different varieties this year. You grow garlic, AJ?
So are they hard to grow? All 4? Are they easy to grow, or are they different different methods to grow those 4 varieties?
It depends. See, I don't have if I had ground to actually put them in, like all of it, it'd probably be easy. But I grow in pots predominantly. So my problem has always been garlic freezing and dying before spring. So this year I have garlic that are out in my raised bed for protection, packed with leaves. And so far those are doing fine. And then I have some in the garage in my green stock, and then I have some in small containers that are good, but they really need to be put into some soil and outside. But it's way too cold with what we got coming in. So it's easy, but it's not. I need to have more ground to put them in. Thank you, DNA worm castings.
So is your ground, do you have you don't have clay ground, do you? What kind?
Yeah. I've only got 2 beds. I've got an in-ground bed that's on the side of my house that I've amended, but my main grower is my raised bed, which is about, I don't know, 8 to 10 inches high of soil. But I've grown there for 5 years. This will be 5 years this year.
Okay.
So the clay is all broken up from the roots from the years before. So every year it does better and better. I also live in an HOA, so that kind of dictates what I can and can't do. You have any experience with that, AJ?
I didn't hear any of it. I apologize.
No, you're fine. I said I have two
If you don't mind, could
places.
you repeat it?
Yeah, that's fine. I've got two places that I grow in the ground. A small side bed on my house and my raised bed that's about 8 or 10 inches of soil in it. And that's about it. And that's my best bed that I usually grow my tomatoes, and I can grow melons in there. But I have an HOA that stops me from doing what I really want to do.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it kind of limit to what you can and can't do when it comes about those HOAs.
Yeah. So
that's the thing about gardening.
Go ahead.
That's the thing about gardening. I like to use raised beds for my tomatoes and stuff, but and the thing that's amazing, I had a great harvest just using grow bags for tomatoes, and I saw one of your videos. You had huge carrots from using, 5-gallon kitty litter containers. And that's what's amazing about gardening. As long as you got soil and seeds, you can make them grow in almost anything. It depends on the depth and things,
Yeah. You just got to be creative. If you can think outside of the box, so to speak, you can use a lot of things that a lot of people would just throw away. And I hate waste, to tell you the truth. I hate waste, and I hate things that people can't fix themselves.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Now, as Jay was asking about, because we've had this conversation many times, my HOA has rules. I like to push those rules as far as I can without breaking them. So yes, I'm still doing that. I'm still pushing the bounds of what I can have by the bylaws. So they will not rein me in. My wife can't rein me in.
So do you grow a lot of your stuff inside your house then? Does an HOA?
No, I grow everything on the outside. The biggest issue with the HOA is the fixed planters, like permanent structures. They don't like that.
And okay. Are you fenced in? Is there like a privacy fence or chain link fence?
Chain link, yes.
How
but we're not allowed privacy fence. Yeah, we're not allowed a privacy fence at all. We can't have a chain link fence higher than 4 feet tall. So they're able to see what's going on in your backyard when they drive around the neighborhood. Wow.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
That's just crazy.
Yeah. So my secret and my little trick that they haven't changed the bylaws yet on is I have sub irrigated tubs or wicking beds that are made from totes. So technically they can be moved. They're not a permanent structure. And then I have everything else that's in like a green stock or a large round container or something that's not, like I said, it's not permanent. The only permanent thing I have is my raised bed that I made out of wood, and it's sunken into the ground. So that's about it. So they can't say nothing to me.
Okay.
And I'm waiting
So
for
how
the
does
day.
that go down? If you
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So how does it go down? If you violate something, do they give you a warning? Then after that, do you get fined and then they make you leave, or
Um,
how does that work?
what I think the way it has, well, actually no. It
Yeah.
happens first. Most times they will put a paper notice on your door.
Type of with those
Yeah.
type of restrictions and guidelines.
Yeah, they'll put a paper notice on your door first. Because they do weekly drives all through the neighborhood, just looking. So if they find a violation, they'll send you a paper notice. Then I believe you get like 2 or 3 notices or something. If they're gutsy enough, they may even come knock on the door if you aren't responding to the letters, but that's probably not wise to do.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the day they come knocking and have a problem with anything I'm doing, because I'm giving free produce to my cul-de-sac, my entire street. So, did we lose you? Please, I hope it's not me just running the show. I've never done this. Help, help, Jay. He's really interested in changing the community. You back, bud? AJ took a break. That's fine. He's got bad weather up there. I mean, it's hitting him before it hits me. It can't be my show. It can't be the Big Wheel Dog show, Jay. I'm not prepared for that. It's too much power.
Oh,
there he is. He's back.
Yeah, booted me up. Yeah. Booted me off.
No, it's got to. Now you got to get buffered back.
I'm glad you're on, because it's letting you talk, and that's a good thing. They don't want to hear me; they want to hear you.
Nah, I talk a lot.
Yeah.
See, most of my talking is usually in comments.
It keeps you humble.
I try to stay that way anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just like the videos when you put them out, right?
Fishing, he fishes all the time, and that's a good thing. He's got like a nice base, and check his channel out too. The fish he eats. So he's a good channel to check out too.
I will too, and I will do
the Big Will Show. I'm just the squirrel trying to get a nut. I'm a peon.
Nah. This is yours. But
that's good too. You like to share people that you can relate with, and that's what I like about like the niche we're both in, because we can connect with fishermen, gardeners, farmers, because we interact with farmers use crops, and we can connect with other. It's just amazing how this our community is.
Yeah, and I've seen that. I've seen that in both in the same way that you're saying it. I've seen that in people sharing information, like important information to say, like new gardeners who have no idea. what they're doing. And I've seen that in help. You know, I like to give to others. I don't like asking for myself. So the few times that I've had to ask for myself, the help I've received from the gardening community
that's good.
It's just crazy, you know?
That's really good.
You know? What has been the most satisfying, surprising part of joining the online gardening community? I think my answer would have to be the people themselves. The people in the community will surprise you every single time in both good ways, mostly good ways, but some crazy ways too. How do you feel about that, AJ? Did you catch me? So if you want me to, I can go into.
I'm listening on this end to me.
Okay. I think one bad thing that surprised me about the being in a community is how fast.
You said catch it. I guess it's
Huh? Oh, all right. I'll just say that. So I think the one bad thing I've seen is how fast you can sort of kind of spread bad information. And what I mean by that is, you know, sitting there and just like the whole purple tomato thing, right? You had a group that was like, yay, we can get a purple tomato. And then you had a group that said, no, bad, GMO, right? Instead of it just being, one side or the other, why can't it be both, right? It's just like some people want, with compost. Some people don't want to turn it. They'll just find throwing it in the pile and letting it be done when it's done, right? But there's others, I'm included with that because I'm a little bit OCD and my hands have to be in everything. I religiously will flip my pile.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that my compost is better than theirs. It's just a different way.
Yeah.
So it's like you can have two answers and and both answers be right.
Yeah, it's kind of like if you use 50% carbon and 50% nitrogen, and I use 60% carbon, 50%, who's right? Both said we're going to get compost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The thing is, some people just try to make things perfect, and life is not like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you
and that's
can't
what
know
I like
everything.
how, like you said, if I don't know, maybe if you did like but I know, and I know for a fact though, if you turn your compost, it's going to break down faster than just compost on the ground.
Yes.
Or if you have chickens that scratch, they're going to make compost better than just compost on the ground. But
yes,
all three ways you're going to get compost. It's just how fast do you want it?
Yes. And if you had chickens, you wouldn't have to turn it.
Yep, they'd scratch the heck out of that compost.
But guess what? My HOA says
eat
I
all
can't
the
have
bugs
chicken.
and all that stuff. Yep. I hear you, Jay.
You know, I can't have chickens. Even if I wanted them, I can't have them.
So your carrots, what made you want to grow the kitty litter bucket? It's going to get so big.
Okay, so did you hear the part where I said I'm OCD about things? I will.
Yep.
I will micromanage the heck out of something to get what I want. So I thought, I want these nice long carrots, right? But I have clay soil. I've tried growing carrots in clay soil and it doesn't work. So, yes, you were right, Jay. Yes, it is more likely to bring people together than polarize. Yes, yes. Once the common sense kicks in, you know, because it doesn't have to be one way or another.
Yeah.
So with the carrots, though,
That's right.
I finally sift my soil to make it so it's not intrusive to the carrot root. And for me, it looked like the kitty litter container was just tall enough that I could have whatever I want in there, and then I could pull them out easy because I can bring them inside the house, or I'm sorry, inside the garage when needed. Like when it freezes outside, I can bring them in. But they're nice and long. It's about 11 inches. About 11 inches of soil you can fit into that thing. And it's just trying something. And if it didn't work quite right, the next time I'll change it. So that's all I did is I changed it, and I tried to adapt here and there, and that was about it. I mean, it got to where it got to, where I micromanaged the heck out of it.
Okay.
Stops putting the chicken in an envelope. It was just
so do the carrots taste good when they're that?
Yeah, I mean, because it's
because they say like certain fruits and vegetables when they get
they can, for the most part, yes. The only time is maybe during this, like when I grow them the summer, sometimes that gives them a real bitter taste. But it's only for some varieties, because I've grown probably about 10 or 12 varieties in litter buckets so far. And there's just some of them that I'd rather grow from, you know, I start them in middle of summer. That way I can have a winter carrot, and those are always good. But the ones that I sometimes start in the winter for a summer carrot, that's when it can sometimes be bitter. But I think that's just the heat that does that. But as long as you're giving them nutrients that they need and don't over fertilize, you should get a good carrot no matter what.
So what is your hardest crop to grow then?
Bar none, kohlrabi. I can't. I've micromanaged kohlrabi for 5 years now, and I still can't do it. I don't know what it is about it. I can do every other brassica, but kohlrabi, I can never get it to bulb. So I'm gonna keep trying.
So what does that taste like? I've never had that before.
Okay.
I have never had kohlrabi, what do we call it, ever.
Yeah, kohlrabi. It tastes like, or I've gotten some to grow. I haven't gotten a couple here and there, but not on a regular basis. They taste like a cross between broccoli stems and cabbage almost. But you can also eat the greens, their leaves. You can cook them like kale or like collards.
Oh, okay. Huh.
But they're little tiny seeds. And like I said, if you give them too much nitrogen,
I might
all
have to
they'll do is
try them. Are they kind of
yeah,
like?
go ahead. Are they like what?
Oh, I said, are they considered like a broccoli like family or
Yeah, they're
what
brassicas.
family are
Yeah,
they
they're
in?
brassicas.
Like the brassicas or whatever. You know, there's
Yeah,
so many different
yeah. So they'll do good in cold
type
weather.
of different. So
Shawnee, thank you, Shawnee. Shawnee's a good one. She's a really, really good one. So, but yeah, the kohlrabi is in the brassica family, so it's similar to broccoli, cabbage. Why am I thinking collard greens, all that. So I can grow everything else in the brassica family. I can grow. Kohlrabi, I seem to only grow leaves.
oh,
Yes,
that's
thank you, Jay.
crazy. That's funny. Okay.
If you've never seen it, it
Huh.
looks like an alien plant.
Okay.
It does. The first time I saw one, I was like, what is that? But they're good. If you
So
can
do
grow
you
them,
boil do you boil it?
you can boil them, roast them, bake them. You can make a soup out of them if you wanted to.
Okay.
Like I said,
Good.
if you get the leaves, I would either
I
steam
didn't think they
them.
have but
Do you said do they have what?
oh I forgot now because I was listening to you. I apologize.
Oh, you're fine. So since I only get leaves on my kohlrabi, you can steam them. You could cook them like I said, cook them in a stock like you would do collard greens. Somebody said you could even eat them fresh like a salad if you would slice or chop them up enough. I've never
Hmm.
tried that. Um, and if you can't get a bulb, you can they're stalks. So they have a root, right? And the root is what you're waiting to bulb up. But off of that root, you'll have the branches. And the stems of those branches, you can eat those too. And it basically tastes just like the bulb. It's just that you would have little thin sticks, kind of like celery, instead of a bulb that you would chop and dice or whatever. That does work. But they're good. And they do sweeten up
Okay.
in cold weather.
I hear you. But I know in Iowa we have never heard of that. I never heard of that until I watched the YouTuber. She was talking about the kohlrabi, how you pronounce it,
Mm.
corn, soybeans. Those are the main like things you hear about. You know, unless you grow your own garden. You know, we got tomatoes, cucumbers, but I've never heard of that vegetable before until I got on YouTube, and it was like, okay,
Yeah, I only grew it because it was weird looking. I was like, what is that? Let me try it. Because it looks like an alien. It looks like an alien plant baby or something.
I'm gonna have to look it up after this stream. Oh man, I might have to try it though. If I can find a place where they have it, I'll try it.
And if you
Yeah,
try
let
growing
me
it
see.
and you get it done before I'm going to be so jealous. You know, some people. Hey,
That's not gonna happen because you have a lot more knowledge. You're a green thumb. I'm not a green
I
thumb.
can't get it, dude. I'm telling you, I've tried to do everything this brain could come up with, get it to grow properly. I've tried, and it's not worked nearly enough. You know, like some people will be like, "Oh, carrots are very, very hard to grow," and they can be, yes. But I can do that in my sleep now, right? Kohlrabi is supposed to be easy. I can't figure it out. So
That
yes,
is so funny though. For real.
that is the
Oh
bane of
gosh,
my
that's
existence
awesome.
right now, man. I'm telling
That's
you.
awesome.
So how many
That is
worm
awesome.
castings do you think
Shit.
you go
Question
through?
for you, real quick.
Oh, go ahead. What?
Oh no. You go and answer your question. Ask your question. I'll get back with.
No worries. Will I try to grow? All failed. Okay. So I was going to ask you, how much castings do you think that you go through, say like the spring to beginning of the summer period or whatever? Do you go through a whole lot that you produce yourself, or do you find yourself having to give more away just to use, to use it up?
Yeah, I just use it for me. I mean, I've given some away, but I do a lot of top dressing. So I'll put it like on top of the plants and stuff. It depends, but I know if I harvest them and they're dry, I'll get at least for me about 78 pounds easily.
Okay.
Because if I do half a bin, I know I'll definitely fill up. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'll definitely fill up one of those kitty litter pails. You know, what is that, 40-gallon pail? It's 5 gallon, but it's like 40 pounds or something.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? The weight's like 40 pounds and something like that.
Yeah.
But I know I
Okay.
can fill those up easily. And I'm like, it's amazing how, and I just use like paper cardboard. That's my method. And it's just crazy how cardboard and all turns into that.
Yeah. Yeah. I've started
I'm
using a
seeing the
lot more.
results of what the worms can do.
Okay. See, I've started using more cardboard. At first, I started using the coconut core, but then I hit on something. I sift my potting soil for like my carrots, even for my raised bed. I sift it. So I pull out all that stuff that's just too big. I throw it in my worm bin. They'll handle that, and it's all high carbon.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Um, like I said, my inside pots that either the plants died or I don't need them anymore. All that soil
I'll
goes into my
try.
worm bin.
You're definitely right on that.
So it's just I I've see in a year if I don't use it all, I have to give it away because I don't like it sitting more than 6-7 months. Because for me, if I'm going to have castings sit for 6-7 months, I might as well just buy them at the store because they're not going to be as effective as fresh castings. That's just me, though.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying you
Yeah.
can't do that. It's just that I like seeing the springtails and some of the mites and the idea that it's alive. I don't want to put it into stasis and have it slowly die while it's waiting to be used, if that makes any sense. I'd like to use it while it's still alive.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, and that's the best way to do it. And that's what I like about like having access to that. Like our gardens, we can just go out there and get, if we want 3 cucumbers, we can get 3 cucumbers, or
Yeah.
whatever we want in our gardens.
Yeah. And just like gardening, it can be cheap. It can be done cheap. People don't make it cheap, and people don't suggest.
What is your biggest? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying it can be cheap. Worms and gardening can be cheap.
So what's your biggest?
Go ahead.
So what's your biggest struggle when it comes to gardening?
It's me. I'm my biggest struggle because I never know how I'm gonna feel physically from one morning to the next. I've got chronic pain issues. I take medication twice a day for pain. So that in itself is usually my biggest thing. If I can make myself get over that hurdle on my bad days, then I'm okay. And usually in the summer or when it's warm, the garden does that. The worm bin does that. But like now when it's cold, the motivation isn't as easy to come to. So that's my biggest hurdle sometimes is stop feeling sorry for myself and get moving.
I hear you. Yeah. Thanks for being open and honest. You know what I mean? It's a struggle when it comes to disabilities and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, listen, a lot of people have it bad. They've either got health issues, they've got home life issues, they've got financial issues. Everybody's got an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if 99% of people can figure out how to be productive with their issues, then what am I crying about? Or what am I complaining about? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thanks for the gifts, Danny. Appreciate that.
Oh, sweet.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So some people are going to get gifted, and before we end, we're still gonna chat for a while, But would you like to do a giveaway, like draw a couple names now, or you want to wait till later?
Yeah, we could. No, we could do. I can do it now. That's fine by me. Like I said, I've got them. So, like I said, yeah, we could do a couple.
Call.
Do you want to just pick the names and I can let the winners know what they're getting?
Yeah, we'll definitely go ahead and let them know what they're going to get. And like I said, I'm going to pull this wheel up, and hopefully it doesn't. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, I'll try to get this thing pulled up while you try to do some chit chatting, and you let us know how many names you want to draw, and we'll go from there, and then we'll keep chatting. All right?
Yeah. Well, like I said, we can do 2 people's, and my thing that I have, the only real type of connection I have as far as my channel goes is with a organic fertilizer company called AgroThrive. So I happen to have on hand their little trial, the 4-ounce trial. It has their general purpose, which is like a 3-3-3, and then they have a fruit and flower that's like a 3-5-4, I believe, something like that. Anyways, they've got 4-ounce bottles of both of those formulas, and I've got them on hand. So I am more than willing to give them out to whoever ends up winning them. And you can use them in the spring or throughout the summer. I tend to use mine in my green stocks sometimes, since that's a real easy thing to do. Just put the fertilized water into the top and then feed it. It works perfectly that way. Or you could even use it inside. It doesn't stink like it has a smell, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not nearly as bad as, say, like Alaska fish fertilizer. So you can use it inside without it stinking up your house. So like I said, and that's through AgroThrive. So like I said, full, uh, you know, letting you guys know the full. Yes, I'm an affiliate of them, but I only affiliate with people with companies that I actually use, and I have bottles of my own that are half empty downstairs in my garage that I will
I
go,
can't pull up anything. I'm sorry, I can't. It's like buffering.
Go ahead.
Open up anything. Well, it says I can't open up anything, but if you have a way to draw a couple of names, we can go from there. And is it just U.S. only, or is it Canada as well? So I don't know, because someone just put something
That's
up there.
Jay.
I live in Canada,
I don't.
so it's just.
Yeah, Jay, would you let me know? Is that even a possibility or no? Because it sounds like it's a no-go from what you're trying to say. For at least for Canada. But so if she's right and that's wrong and that's a no-go for Canadians, then anybody in the U.S., if you have a need and you can use it, just say me or one or whatever, and the first two people that we see in the chat that says me or one, you can have it. And I said, you don't need it for now. You can save it for the spring or whatever. But if you want it or you can use it, you're more than welcome to it.
So that's good.
Probably difficult and expensive to ship outside the U.S. Yes, you're probably right, Jay.
So you heard Will, chat. If you put me or he said one, I think.
Yeah, either me or one.
We'll get the.
So while we're waiting for them,
I'm still looking. No, they're live another time.
Hey, they're not going anywhere, and I'm gonna.
There's six. Good.
No, I'm just gonna say they're not going anywhere, and I'll probably always have some on. So I'm more than willing to hand them out because, like I said, you know, if you care about what I'm doing,
yeah,
then that's more than enough for me, and I don't need to ask for you know, nothing in return. If you need it, hey, I've got it. You can have it. I try to do my best to support others as others have supported me, and I will continue to you know, pass along help or gifts just like others have done for me. So
that's about life. If you give, you should always expect something back. You know, life is, if I give you something, for me, I don't want anything in return. But a lot of people think if they give you something, they have to give you something back. And that's how I'm like you. It's like there's no strings attached. You know, just take the gift. It's out of love. You know, I like you. I want you to have this or that.
Yeah, pay it forward.
We'll just keep it open for now.
Okay.
Exactly.
But yeah, like I said,
I had a giveaway. I had to give. I'm sorry. I had to give away on one of my. Got the addresses. Got the T-shirt. A lot of people said they never the T, and then I didn't get my shirt for like 3 months later. I was really mad about that. You know what I mean? It stinks how, you know, some companies they make them on print on demand. But I got another thing. Like when I do a giveaway and stuff within a time limit, like 3 months to get my T-shirts.
Yes, it does all eventually come around when you're, yes. I don't call it being generous, though. I call it doing my part.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing I like too about exactly. Exactly. And about the collaboration videos, we get a chance to connect with my viewers, your viewers, and it can help each of our channels grow. It depends on if they like our content. So
Yeah,
it's a win-win for both parties. And that's what I like about doing this, you know.
yeah. See,
And
I've been.
then like just a tip, if you ever do live streams, I think you should do them all subscribe because if you have it open, you're gonna get all those stupid comments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I keep my subscribers only, so that way I can
Okay.
monitor it a lot better. Because I don't want dummies in there. I want people that are respectful, presentable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
too old for that little child stuff.
Yeah. I can get. Yeah. We're all supposed to be adults here, so yeah, let's just be adults.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Nah. If I ever did do something like that, I would feel really, really out of place if I didn't tap my buddy Jay Dixon there for her her moderating slash facilitation
Yeah.
skills, because like I said, yeah, she would have to rein me in. I'm being on real good behavior right now.
Mm-hmm.
No, normally I would
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
hijack.
I hear you.
I'm trying to stay on topic here. That way, or stay close to the topic. You know what I mean? Yes, Jay is the mall
Yeah, I
cop.
definitely
Yes,
hear you, brother. I hear you,
Jay
man.
would be my mall cop.
You gotta have someone we gotta be accountable to. You know, that's
Yes, I definitely need
good
that.
thing.
Yeah,
Since we don't have a lot of lag. I'm sorry. I said with the
so
lag kind of like clearing up. Thank God for that. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask me? Any other questions?
um who is it that who inspired you to start to actually put your videos up on YouTube?
I don't know. I had worms and I just start one day. I just got my phone out and recorded a video. And that was back in 2014.
Wow.
And I
Okay,
thought
that
I
part.
was okay. Yeah, but I wasn't active. You know, I wasn't like. I mean, I had it started. Then I'm like, then they said you can make money on YouTube, but it depends on your niche. Some people make like 1,000 to 8,000 bucks a month. You know what I mean? But I like doing it to grow in the community. But when I
Yeah.
first started out, my phone was vertical, and I didn't know that it should have been horizontal. So the more I did videos, people would leave comments, and then they would help me, and that's what made my videos better. But my goal is I like to educate people, but I want to be a better speaker. That's my thing. I want my speech to be on point. You know, that's so I'm reading a lot of books, trying to learn more public speaking and just stuff like that to keep improving my relationship and people skills.
Okay. Yeah. See, I got not necessarily bullied, because I sort of kind of bullied somebody else first. There was a channel I still
Okay.
watch him now, but he's a Marine, and of course I'm Air Force. So I went in there and I was like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
I challenge you to a grow off, basically. And then he was like, listen, we'll do that grow off, but you got to start your channel first. So yes, I would say that's
I
a
hear you.
yes.
I'm gonna show you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna show you something. Give me a second, okay? I'll
All
be
right.
right back.
I guess I have the floor again. What are we gonna do? What kind of case are we gonna raise? No, I'm not going to do that. Thank you, Shawnee, and thank you, Jay, for showing up. I appreciate both of you. I don't know how you do it. I literally do not. This is harder than I thought it was.
I heard him.
So to both of you women, I appreciate, I understand, I am not ready. But yes, if I ever did go live, I definitely could not do a live without a facilitator like Jay. I think that would be against my the fiber of my being to do something without J-Bot's endorsement and control, because I could go off rails. Shawnee, you don't have any questions for me? You always answer my questions. Okay, so then I have a chance to hijack another show. As long as you well, you already know, if Dave's there and I'm there, we're both going to be in cahoots to hijack. So, Enoch, watch out. Your show might have a kidnapping. A few minutes. Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
All right. You said you're in the Air Force.
I'm clear. I was just chit-chatting.
You said you're in the Air Force, right?
Yes, sir.
No, you said you're in the Air Force, correct? I'm going to
Yes.
show you something. I appreciate your service, but this was what I was in.
Army.
I was in the Army. I was infantry.
Okay.
Yeah. I got my little, all those ribbons and stuff.
Well, thank you
I got out
for
of
your...
E4 before I had the chance to get my E5, but I got out. Yep. But I got out and I did 4 more years of AI, not AIT, but I enlisted for 4 more years to do 8 because I didn't want to have to go to any more wartime situations. And I never got my E4 because I changed my MOS with the Army Reserves for 8 years. So
yeah.
But I'm glad I served. I'm happy.
Thank you for your service too, then.
But I have a disability too. I'm 50% mentally PSD. So I deal with that. So I finally got help, got medication too. And it made me a better person. And and another thing go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say
me too. I'm sorry.
Service connected disability, 70%, pay me at 100.
Okay. I hear you.
Yeah.
But I don't regret not ever, joining. It's correct. That's fine. You serve. That's all that matters. And then other people tell me they serve, but they didn't experience like war situations and things like that. But I'm like, you don't want to experience that,
Yeah.
I don't know why people think you have to do that to be successful. You don't want to ever have to experience any type of trauma or stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm
on medication.
No, I was going to say your MOS was basically the grunts, the
What? I'm sorry?
I said referred to as grunts, the infantry, the people they would send in first to do the bad jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, like I said, you deserve more of a pat on the back for taking that job and doing that job.
Exactly. So what was your job in? No.
Basically, it's fighter jet
avionics. Team.
Yeah, it was fighter jets avionics systems tech. So
we needed each other,
So all the computer systems from nose to tail
Yeah.
If something was wrong with those, that's my job to fix.
Yeah. Oh, I hear you. So
do
you know IT and stuff too?
I used to, but then after my medical stuff happened while I was in the air, and then I got medically discharged. Between the pain meds that I was on, I can't focus.
Okay.
I can't concentrate like I used to.
Mm.
Because before,
Mm.
all right, you
Yeah.
you can understand
Okay.
this being infantry. Okay, so just like when the shooting starts, you're gonna have two types of people. You're gonna have one group that runs away from the gunfire, and you're gonna have the second group that runs towards the gunfire, right?
Go
For
ahead.
me, my brain worked better
Yeah.
under chaos, having a lot of things going on that needed to be figured out at the same time. That's how I operated.
Mm.
I can't do that now.
Yeah.
So as
Oh
far as the
no.
mental running towards the gunshots, I can't do that anymore just because the medications
Okay.
have messed up the wiring, so to
Okay.
speak. So
Yeah.
I wish I could. But like I
Mm.
said, you infantry guys
I
really
understand, man.
deserve
No, I definitely understand.
you infantry guys really deserve a pat on the back because like I said, you guys deal with a lot of stuff that people just do not know about. And you aren't thanked for the job that you do while you're out there doing it either.
Mm.
So I appreciate the job that you did. I'm sorry it took a toll on you, but the truth is military service can leave a lasting imprint on you. So thank you for that. Thank you for giving that up. Hopefully you heard all that. So
I kind of heard on the last statement, but like
I was just saying thank you for doing your
uh,
job. Thank you for
lost.
thank you for what you gave up in doing your job. I appreciate it.
I hear you. No, I'm the same way with anyone that served. Like says we all had a job, and it's just what we chose to do, and there was a reason. We never know the reason in life why things happen, but that was my journey. You know what I mean? So your journey, your stories, whatever happened in your life, and the chat. Everyone has their own different experiences in life. But that's what makes the world go around. We all can't be the same person or all have the same jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to know the funny thing though is, all right, my grandfather was in Army. He was drafted into the Army. He went to Korea. My father was a Marine. My mother was a officer in the Air Force as a nurse, and then I went to the Air Force. You think my kids are wanting to go military? Mm-mm. They don't want to have nothing to do with the military. And if I wanted to punish my kids, I'd be sending them to the military. They don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah. No, and that's good. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to go.
Yeah,
My kids are the same way.
The family's given enough blood to skip out.
Yeah, I hear you, Mom. I definitely hear you. But in the future, you ever think about doing live streams? So I
Maybe,
kind of heard you
maybe.
like to be on live streams or something.
I might, yeah. Yeah, most of the time my
Yeah.
schedule is just hectic. I never have a set schedule ever.
Yeah. I hear you.
So if it's not because of my body situation, I've got 2 dogs that are a pain in the
Okay.
butt. See, I don't have a Ruby who is
Okay.
just there to be cute on camera. My dogs are terrors, and they make everything difficult.
Oh, okay.
So I would have to figure that out. And then if I figured out the dog situation so that people aren't hearing barking and fighting and a door being hit to go outside all the time,
Yeah.
that's when I'll do it.
I understand. Yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from. That's like me when I want to do a video. Somebody always comes home or something. I'm like, oh, really?
Yes, I have done live. I will do it. But that's usually because I know my wife is on her way home. So if the dogs are starting to become an issue, it's her problem, not mine.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. And
But I
I
like
have
doing
2
it.
cats, so you know, you always notice one cat's always in my videos now. It's like
Yeah.
she knows I'm going to record.
Does
But
she not dig in those worm bins? Does
but you
Ruby
said
not dig in?
she looks in there.
But she
Seriously, she
doesn't
gets in
dig?
there. Yeah, it's weird. It's like I don't know. It's just she could be no. She'll like bat for a minute and I'll get out of the way. But it's like she'll be taking a nap. As soon as I go downstairs and she hears the bins open, she always comes down. I don't know,
Okay.
or I moved them off the shelf. I don't know how she knows that, but she's always in the videos.
See, I've done like after show hangouts and stuff
Yeah,
like that, and half the time
she
I'm
should do her
having to pause it or
own
mute
channel.
the audio because my dogs are just going crazy in the background. And if Jay's here, she'll tell
I
you,
hear you.
yes, that's happened. That I have to mute all the time because of the dogs.
Yeah, I
So that's
understand
why
that.
I haven't done it a whole lot.
Yeah, yeah,
But
I
you
hear
know,
you.
I'm giving it a try, and like I said,
But I definitely want to say thanks for volunteering. Find out who would be want to do this, and excuse me,
my
you
pleasure.
reached out and said you'd do it, and like I said, I appreciate that.
It's my pleasure, man. I've always wanted to hang out anyways,
And
and like I
that's
said, I
what
met you
I
in
try to do,
Iowa.
Will. Yeah, I try to connect with people. Uh, yeah, but my goal is to do it once a month, every third Saturday or every third Thursday, Lord
Okay.
willing, at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Yeah.
So hopefully someone will want to do another one, but my job, I pour concrete. I drive a ready mix truck.
Oh, really?
I get real
Wow.
busy in the spring, summer, you know, fall, and so yeah, and I work long hours, so I never know. So that Thursday, like I usually have a stream. I'm all something comes up, and it just ticks me off. I'm like, why is the one day of the month where everything goes smoothly, and then that Thursday I got to cancel because I'm running late. I hate it.
Yeah. Wow. And summertime is, or the warm season is, you're busy. Go, 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 because you've probably got all kinds of projects and
Oh,
stuff
that's
that you got to
funny.
deliver.
Shoot, that's awesome. And checking me out, and I appreciate Will taking the time to connect. And my goal is to give back to the community. You know, and like the super chat or the gift that Danny gave. Thank you for that. That
That was
he
awesome.
has a generous heart,
That was
and
very
people get
awesome.
the chance to experience my membership program. So yeah, I mean, and I don't expect anything like that.
Yeah, me neither.
It's an honor to be able to serve this community, and like Will and I were both gracious and generous givers, and that's why.
Yeah. I'd rather be the person giving to receive.
Jay, with the pop-ups, I don't realize, because that's the time you don't get anybody to come. You're just having a conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
if that's the case, I could just do a YouTube video.
Yeah.
But some people are successful, I guess, because some people have the big numbers of subscribers. They bought those people, or was it the sub for
some of the
sub
friends
or something?
we have do that. They'll do the and they call it pop-ups, but they're coming because they'll like send a message out sometime ahead saying, hey, there's a pop-up coming. So it can work. It just, you have to set it up, kind of.
Yeah. But I like this one. It was kind of a update, a heads up to let people know.
Yeah. And like I said, I like doing it.
When you first start off with lives, you might not get anybody, and then the more you do it, the more people come. Yeah.
And I like this. I like the back and forth, because sometimes typing, you can't really get what you're really wanting to say. Even when I'm being on good behavior. Yeah. I
use questions, but I usually ask the same questions to everybody else, so it's not every one of those gotcha stump you. I'm like, no, you don't do that to people.
I'm fine with that.
And all we're doing is having a conversation, just talking about our journeys.
I'm fine with the
yeah.
I bet you didn't have this one prepared question.
But if you don't have okay.
What was that?
Whoa, she said minus 32.
Yeah.
Well, I hope to check it. Let's put it up on the screen. Feels like minus 32. Oh, she's in Minnesota. She's not that far from me.
Yeah, she's gonna get bad. Yeah. Jay is a sweetheart. I promise you, she is.
Yeah. So she's up north just a little.
And so is Shawnee.
Does she make videos, or is she just a subscriber to your channel?
Shawnee Shawnee has a channel. She makes videos, and she has live
channels.
Shawnee does, and then Jay, Ecology Today, she helps out on.
Shawnee, what's your channel?
Shawnee Grows is what her channel is.
Can't pull her up. So Shawnee, what is your YouTube channel? I don't know if Nightbot will let you put the link in there, but just how you spell it.
Just like her name,
out too.
Except there's a space.
And if anyone else in there has a YouTube channel that.
And then the Ecology Today, Jay.
Okay.
She does the back.
Okay, let me go back and find.
She does the backstage stuff for Enoch, who does the Let's Get Growing show.
Shawnee Grows, that was Shawnee. Okay.
Yeah, Shawnee Grows. SHA.
Oh, my pen's not working.
SHAWNEE.
Okay.
And then Grows. I know she does more than you, Jay. I was getting to that. Well, no, technically her workload and your workload are exactly the same. They're just different applications.
Right again.
And then, are you familiar with the Urban Gardener?
Just upset because the stream was.
Oh, I can send you messages during the chat, can I? Then I can send you links through the chat, even though it won't let me do it on the.
Sounds good to me. Yeah,
That'll
but I
work.
wrote it down too.
Okay. Because there's Shining Grows. Then
Yeah, I might let
have
you do it.
Okay. I can always email it to you too.
But I don't know. But I don't know if it'll let you put links in. That's is you. This is a channel where it's yeah. You can always email it to me.
Let me see if it'll let
But
me.
yeah, man. I know you're in the. You say you're in the Eastern time. Is that where you're at,
Yeah.
Indiana? You're like an hour ahead of me. Is it
Yeah.
9:45? 9:35? Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's the first one. We'll see if it'll let
Okay.
me put this in there in the chat.
Yeah. So what I'll do. Okay.
Can you see that one?
Okay. Well, that's cool. Thank you, Jay. Yep, it gave it to me.
Okay.
Let me see. It just.
And then
I'm here. It's taking me to YouTube for a second.
no, you're good. Because I was grabbing the one because the
But it's
show
stinking.
that what?
Huh?
I was gonna say the
Yeah,
show that Jay does
my
is
computer's
the
just
Urban Gardener.
buffering, so I can't really.
Okay, we'll just worry about it later. So here's the Urban
Okay.
Gardener show.
Okay.
And Enoch does the
Sounds
show, but Jay, she feels that she's done fill-ins for him.
Awesome.
He's had time off. So she does do that, but she mostly does the backstage stuff, like, handling links and moderating and getting information and stuff like that. So that's both of them.
Okay.
So I took care of both my girls that
but
are
I
here.
can always go back. You can also send it to me in my
email.
Okay. And also, if you can, just to make sure, send it to me in the email.
Okay.
So I can do it that way. Like I said, if it buffers and I can't get this open again,
Okay.
I won't be able to see the message. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll keep them in
I'll
there.
get it to you.
Done. But I appreciate you. All right, thanks, man. What I'll do, I guess, with your time being an hour before me, we'll go ahead and get ready to end it. But we're definitely going to connect again. I'll definitely keep watching your videos and connecting that way. And I want to say thanks to the chat and everyone that came to support Will and I. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the donations and stuff. But I'm definitely going to end this in prayer. So we're going to go that route. Give the God the glory. So Father God, thank you for this night. Thank you for the nice live stream. Thank you for the people that attended this chat. I say bless everyone that saw this video. Give them a gracious and generous heart. Speak to them, lead them, and let them depend on you 100%. I pray for Will's disability to be healed in Jesus' name. I pray for my disabilities to be healed in Jesus' name. And anyone else that has health, sickness, or any other diseases, I pray that you heal their bodies too. But let us know that you are you're in control. Sorry for me lying about the Wi-Fi being buffering, but you're the one in control and you made everything work out. So Lord, I give you all the praise, the glory, and the honor. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, brother. Seriously. You're a rock star, Will.
Like I said, just like my military service, it was a privilege.
But we're going to get together again. I'm going to do another live. Yeah.
Yeah, just let me know.
Yeah. So yeah, go and upload your next video and we'll definitely go from there. And then when this is up and running, I'll send you the collaboration link so you can have access to this one as well too.
Oh, sweet. Thanks. Appreciate it. thanks for having me. Thanks for letting me be here and setting this all up. Like I said, it was fun. It was fun, and I appreciate finally getting face to face.
So on that note,
and I'm done.
It'll be just like this. You'll have access to that. I want to say thank you all for support. Everyone, you have a great night. Take care, Will. Appreciate you.
You too. All right, bye.
Yep. Have a good night.